an update, very sad story. We reported on this when it first happened. Put up the picture full mass. An update to a story we brought you earlier this year. Lincoln University President Dr. John Moseley has been cleared, that's the white male, has been cleared of any wrongdoing after Antoinette Candia-Bailey, the university's VP of Student Affairs, took her own life amidst claims that he was bullying her and making life unbearable. Moseley returned to work on March 15th after an independent investigation found no evidence that he bullied his fellow administrator. He received paid leave during the entirety of the investigation. Victor Paisley, the president of the university's board of curators, said in the statement following the reinstatement that, quote, for us, this report is not the end of a process, but rather the beginning of one. None of its findings have led the board to doubt President Moseley's ability to lead the university. But this tragedy has forced us to grapple more fully with the issues facing Lincoln and our individual students and employees, ranging from mental health support to employee work and relationships, end quote. So according to documents originally obtained by local news stations, documents sent to KRCG and written by the vice president of student affairs herself on the day she took her own life, outlining University President Dr. John Moseley as causing, quote, enough harm and mental damage, end quote. Multiple emails obtained by someone close to Ms. Bailey and shared with KRCG shows she sent emails to Moseley and the board of curators outlining Bailey's request for family and medical leave, and ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. State that the relationship between her and Moseley went downhill due to her severe depression and anxiety. Sources state that Dr. Bailey was left unsupported, disregarded, and abused after countless attempts to speak out on the bullying and harassment she experienced in her role from President Moseley. Dr. Bailey also reportedly discussed in a letter before her passing the stigmatized bullying she faced from the president and other leadership officials after disclosing her mental illness to the university. Additional emails reveal that when she made complaints about how she was treated to the board of curators, the board president wrote a response back to her that said in part, quote, please be advised, the board of curators does not engage in the management of personnel issues for Lincoln University and will not be taking further action related to this issue. So Ms. Bailey wrote that she was intentionally harassed and bullied, and that after receiving a poor evaluation, when she asked for help, Moseley ignored requests, failing to respond to emails, or when face-to-face, danced around the topic. In her final email to Moseley on the day of her death, Ms. Bailey also asked for only select members of her sorority to be allowed to collect her things, saying, quote, Roseanne can speak with my family from the administration. You are not to have any contact. You've caused enough harm and mental damage. The university administration and board of curators are now under heavy fire from alumni online. Everybody is now basically going to get some of this smoke because of the lack of leadership provided. And just because you are prohibited from managing personnel matters, you are not prohibited from bringing up liability issues if you are on the board. That's part of your job. It's called fiscal responsibility. All right? So the cop-out is evident. A very sad story. Person that's been cleared. How do you go back to that? Because no matter how you spin it or what people tell you, this woman said, listen, you're responsible for me doing this, period.
It's quite sad. There's no other way to put it. And reading how this story unfolded kind of brings home the dehumanizing nature of a lot of workplace and corporate culture. Just the idea that you can't even go to your place of work and be a human being and explain the type of issues that you're going through, whether they be mental health, physical health, whatever they be, and that not only would you not get the help and the compassion that you would hope another human being would afford you in your time of need, they use that ailment against you and then go about abusing you behind that. And then, this kind of stuff encourages people to do another thing that I think is anti-human connection. This woman might should have just been recording everything, recording
Mm.
all of her exchanges, recording all of her convos, to have this stuff on record for when she did bring a complaint. Like, this is like they're encouraging that type of, like, if you're an employee and you go through something at Lincoln now, how do you have any faith that the bureaucracy, that the powers that be are going to treat you with good faith and humanity? There is none. You got to take these extra steps now just to be guaranteed some modicum of dignity
Yep.
in your exchanges with these people. And I think that's as backwards as a management structure. Why are you encouraging employees to feel this way? This is just tragic and horrible on several different stances. I hope that these folks take a long, hard look in the mirror and realize the error of their ways.
Yep. Doesn't seem like it so far, but hopefully leadership will wise up.